שלום, ברוכים הבאים אל עברית בלוח. בשיעור הזה נלמוד אותיות ו' עד י'. Shalom, welcome back to the second lesson of Blackboard Hebrew. This time we're learning the letters Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, and Yod. First up is the letter Vav. Vav is one of the narrow letters of the Hebrew alphabet and is written with just two strokes, a short cap and then a vertical line. Here's what it looks like when written. Sometimes Vav stands in for a vowel in a word and signals an O or an U sound. But as a consonant, it makes a V sound. V. Actually, the name of the letter, Vav, is a word that means a hook or tent peg, and it's shaped a bit like the letter. Vav is also the conjunction and when attached to the front of another word. Ve. And that's the letter Vav. Next we have Zayin. Zayin. Zayin is also a narrow letter and is written with two strokes, an angled cap, and then another vertical line down. Here it is with chalk. 1, 2. Notice that the cap of Zayin extends out past the right side of the box. That'll help you distinguish it from other letters like, for example, Vav. Zayin makes the sound Z, Z, as in Zera, Zera, or Zevuv, Zvuv. Zayin. Next we have the letter Chet. Chet. Chet is written with two strokes, one that wraps around the right side, and then a vertical that connects at the top. Here it is with the chalk. 1, 2. Chet looks a lot like the letter Hey, but the difference is Chet is closed at the top, whereas Hey has that gap. Chet makes the sound Che, Che. This can be a little tricky at first because it's not a sound that we use in the English language. It's made actually by constricting the airflow in the back of your throat, kind of like when you say the word aha, aha. A bit of a rough H sound. Che, che. Here are a couple words that begin with the letter Chet. Chamor, chamor. Chalav, chalav. Chet. That brings us to Tet. Tet. Tet's a little bit of a funny letter for me. It looks a little different depending on what kind of font you're using, but here's how I like to write it. With a little hook, and then a stroke that wraps around the bottom. Let's write it. 1, 2. No matter what form you find Tet in, it'll always have that hook on the right and then a bit of a gap at the top. Tet makes the sound te, te, as in tabach, tabach, or tal, tal. And that's Tet. Finally, in this lesson, we have the letter Yod. Yod. Yod is the smallest letter of the Hebrew alphabet and only uses a corner of the box. You can write it with one little hooked stroke, just like this. Sometimes Yod stands in for a vowel in a word and makes an E sound, but as a consonant, Yod makes the sound Ye, Ye, as in Yayin, Yayin, or Yom, Yom. Yod. So in this lesson, we've learned 5 more letters. We have Vav, Zayin, Chet, tet, and yod. Thank you for watching. Tune in for the rest of the lessons. And as always, love your Hebrew.